Keeping kids first. It is now time for the next step. Centerpoint Urbana Community Schools has a long tradition of striving to provide quality facilities for its growing student enrollment. Centerpoint Urbana Community is a healthy, growing, independent school district serving approximately 1,600 students in the area that includes the cities of Centerpoint and Urbana and surrounding areas. Since its inception, CPU has experienced slow, constant enrollment growth. The growth pattern is a long-term trend. By decade, the enrollment has increased from 860 in 1990 to 1,200 in the year 2000 to 1,600 in the year 2010. Enrollment is expected to climb to 1,800 by 2020. This demonstrates that CPU is here to stay. Steady growth has many benefits. It helps protect the value of property owned in the district. It contributes to the healthy economic climate. It helps support community businesses and services, and it contributes to local jobs. Growth is a good thing. In 2011, the community took a big step forward by building a new high school. The district was able to borrow against its future share of the statewide 1-cent sales tax revenues to complete Phase 1 of a comprehensive high school facility. No CPU property tax money was used. What is the next step that our students need and our times require? At the time the high school was built, the next step, Phase 2, in the long-range plan was to construct an auditorium, industrial technology classrooms, auxiliary gym, and a wrestling/weight room at the new high school. The proposed Phase 2 would complete the high school facility as originally envisioned before it was scaled back because of funding limitations. In December of 2012, the community voted down a bond issue intended to move forward with Phase 2. At that point, the board convened a new community committee on school facilities to take a fresh look at the district needs and recommend a new plan for moving ahead. So what is proposed? That committee's recommendation calls for an April 1st election to authorize the issuance of $12 million in general obligation bonds to fund infrastructure improvements at the intermediate building in Urbana, the middle school building in Centerpoint, and the high school in Centerpoint. The 1912 building in Urbana is now 102 years old. While efforts to extend its life have been made over the years, it is inefficient and does not support 21st century learning. The south wing is not air-conditioned and is heated by a 50-plus-year-old system that is no longer efficient or effective. The building is not ADA, handicap accessible compliant, nor does it meet modern fire safety standards. Therefore, the committee recommends for the intermediate school in Urbana, renovate the south wing, replace the 102-year-old portion of the building, upgrade the building's dated and deteriorating heating system, add cooling in classrooms where non-existent, and make the whole building fire safety and ADA compliant. The middle school facility includes a 111-year-old building that does not support 21st century learning. In fact, the fire marshal has forbid use of the top floor for any student use. The heating system in the main academic area is 50-plus years old. The heating in some areas is a hot water system using pipes embedded in the floors. Those pipes are rotting away, causing interruptions of heat in areas used daily. Some areas are on temporary emergency heat. Most of the building is non-compliant with modern handicap accessibility codes because of its multiple elevations. For the middle school in Centerpoint, the proposal is to upgrade the irreparable 50-year heating system, add classroom cooling where non-existent, remove the 111-year-old portion of the building, reconstruct the east facade, and make the whole building fire safety and ADA compliant. For the high school in Centerpoint, the proposal is to make progress towards fulfilling the original vision for the high school by constructing industrial technology classrooms. In addition, if bids and budget allow, construct a weight room and wrestling room facility at the high school. The cost is $12 million. Where would those dollars come from? The dollars would come from the sale of general obligation bonds. The district has determined that the maximum impact caused by this issue is $1.39 per thousand of taxable valuation on a residence assessed at $150,000 and eligible for the homestead exemption. That translates into a maximum increase of $108 per year. That is $9 a month, or 30 cents a day.
As a former board member, I was always conscious of the need to provide a quality education and outstanding facilities for the youngest of learners, for they will be the leaders of tomorrow.
Will it get less expensive if the district waits to act? History shows that does not happen.
Waiting only makes the project cost more.
What can you do?
Vote on April 1st, 2014.
Here is when and where you can let your voice be heard on this important issue. April 1st from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Voting in both Centerpoint and Urbana will be at City Hall. If you have questions that are not answered in this presentation, please contact the district office at 319-849-1102, extension 6013 with your question, and we will get a response back to you as soon as possible.